What up, guys? Welcome to today's live stream. Hold on. Check.
What up, guys?
What up, guys?
Welcome to the after Christmas
stream.
How you guys doing?
How was your Christmas?
I'm back in the studio today. And I know it's the day after Christmas, but we have some pretty awesome FPV news for you. A lot of new releases coming up. A lot of chatter. A lot of different companies coming through from China and the US. Yeah, let me take care of that echo real quick. See if I can. I'm gonna turn the monitor off and see if that helps. How's that? Echo. Still have echo, or we out? Technical, you know. Always some stuff on YouTube for that. Especially with all these mics, but I have a brand new mic, and I'm not going to touch it because I think that the minute I do touch it, it's going to turn off like it did last time. But I'm on a different internet connection today, so this should be good. Now, hopefully there's no more echo. Yeah, I don't know what the hell the deal is with that echo. All right, let me know if the echo's still there. If not, we can restart the stream. Not sure where that echo is coming from. Let me check to make sure that we don't have dual microphones on. And yeah, we do. Okay, now it should be fixed. All right, let's get on with this. Stupid streaming software was using my MacBook and the Yeti X microphone that I have here. I'm not going to touch it. I want to touch it and show it to you, but bam, it's gone. The echo's gone. So I spent about an hour setting up this stream earlier, and I didn't see that down bottom at the very bottom of my mixer. The MacBook mic was still on. I can't stand that MacBook mic. When I run my software, the fan inside the MacBook, it sounds like an airplane taking off, and then the internal mic on that is terrible. So appreciate you. Thanks for joining the camps. We have a super chat goal today of around $100. If we reach that goal the day after Christmas, that would be amazing for any tips coming through for the channel. It helps us keep the studio lights on. Awesome. And we also have a special guest today. He is a moderator on the channel and always looking out for us and helping us, and very, very strong participation on the channel as well. Lewis is going to join us today. If we can put him into the stream, we're going to try to make him a part of the stream today. And let me try to use my monitor again. Maybe I can hear his voice once I get him set up. I did send him a link, so he should be able to click on that link and just join up with us through his HTML browser, so that's pretty cool. And it may be our internet connection is super slow again today, but we'll see. Let's see here. Okay, so let's double check his settings here. All right. So we have his mic active now, so he is cool. So if Luis says anything now, I should be able to hear it as well as you guys. We can just double check on that. All right. Cool. And we gave away that set of orcas last week. And Carolina Airshots won. Some guy hopped in there, as I predicted, as always. He was butthurt. He's like, it's rigged. You gave it to a friend. I've never met Carolina Airshots. I just picked his name randomly in the last live stream. So if you're in the live stream or you're a subscriber, you can win the giveaway. All you have to do is be a subscriber. And I know for a fact that Carolina Airshots is a subscriber. So tomorrow, I'm going to send out those orcas to him. I have his address, and they're going. Kendrick FPV, thank you for that tip. Seriously, bro. Thank you so much. Thank you for being a part of FPV and our community. So I had a great Christmas with my family. My kids got all the stuff they wanted. They get too much toys. They got 2 Power Wheels. Last year I gave them a 2-seater that we got a great deal on, basically for free. And they drove it, they loved it, but they always fought about who could drive. So that, you know, my son was always driving. And now my daughter has her own Lamborghini. She's got a Lambo and he's got a Jeep. And we posted a family picture. If you want to go to our community chat section on YouTube, you can see our picture from Christmas morning yesterday. I put it up for you guys. So when you support the channel, any tips that come through, you're supporting our family. I appreciate that. I have to do like bot grinder sometimes and do some internet panhandling. It's a real thing. So great, my donation goal is working. RC Moore, thank you for the tip, bro, and the super chat. Quick question from him in the super chat. Quick question, I have a TX16S with Crossfire, TX16A, and it set the arc to 1 watt. The OSD on the telemetry still says 25 milliwatt. How do I change the RX milliwatt? Don't overlook this question. So if you go inside, I don't have my TX16 here, but if you go inside the system settings, you should be able to change that up to 1 watt. However, there is some problems with running 1 watt on the TX16 because what happens is when you get to that hot, yeah, so thinking about this further, I'm going to stop right there. All right, we're going to start over. The internal module will kind of crash at 1 watt on the TX16 because some people had some problems with it. It overloads the system, it gets hot, but you're not using the internal module. So whatever your radio still says 25 milliwatt, that's not correct. What you have to do is you have to look at your Crossfire module. Whatever your Crossfire module says is what your Crossfire module is outputting. So if you're running 1 watt on your module, that's what your external module bay is doing. You can put it on dynamic so it changes as the quad gets closer or farther away. So if you're super close, it may be running 25 milliwatt. You might see that. But if you get further away, it's going to say 100, 500, 750, 1 watt, 2 watt. If you're out there for like 30 miles, you might hit 2 watt. But I use dynamic and I change it. So a lot of times I leave it at 500 watt and it's fine. So I don't go further than I want to walk to pick up a quad. But the higher wattage you're using also, I feel like, in my experience, helps with penetration if you're flying through canopy. 25 milliwatt on the RX side. Okay. Yeah, I have to look on my radio and check that out for you and to make a note about that. So your RX can still go 6 miles out. Remember, because it's just the receiver. It's not, you're not going to put probably output 1 watt from your receiver. Yo, thanks, Painful, you too, bro. 2023 is coming up. Cool, man. Thanks for joining us, Shadow. Johnny DC. Luis, I don't hear your audio yet. Would love to patch Luis through. If you have that set up, come on in, dude. My webcam set up for you. It should be all good. I've got your volume cranked all the way up. So if you go to the telemetry on the radio, it says RX is outputting 25 milliwatt. RC Moore, I suggest you download the TBS agent and double check that inside TBS agent. You might be able to change it inside the TBS agent software. So that's where I'd start first. I wouldn't necessarily trust the telemetry on the TX16. Audio's being shared. All right, let me double check this, because I don't hear any audio from you yet. Let me see. You know, if it doesn't work today, Luis, we just have to read about Streamlabs is the software that I use. It's pretty complicated, but it's nice. It has a lot of options. Yeah, Blind Buddha, you might be thinking about the VTX in the VTX tab. That's going to be different. RC Moore, we'll figure it out, bro. That's what we are. We're a community and we all work together. So I will look into that for you. I haven't experienced myself, but you might be reading something from, maybe it's somehow sourced from OpenTX inside the radio, or EdgeTX if you're running that. And that might not be correct. I can't see an image, Luis. I'm going to click on your source here. I add you as a source, Luis webcam, and I'm going to disable that and re-enable it. All right, start the Collaborator cam. Thank you for that, Streamlabs. All right, we should have audio from our bro, our moderator. So here's Luis, show on the stream. All right, so Luis's desktop should now be in the top corner, this one. Now you can hear him. I hear you, Luis. So you're live and direct.
Hello.
Gotcha, we got you, bro. You're live. This is working. You should put a cool quad on the webcam or something.
It's a little bit, there's a bit of a lag.
Yeah, welcome to live streaming. There might be a little bit of a lag, just because all this.
That's on my end, though, I think.
Yeah, it depends on your internet connection too. Cool. Well, welcome Luis to the chat, you guys. And I have to say, give you a little background on Luis. I met him.
Hey, everyone. Good to be here.
I guess we met about 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Yeah, 5 or 6 years ago. 5 years ago, maybe.
Awesome. And briefly after we met, we also took an FPV trip with the guys. A bunch of us went and flew Eastern Oregon. And I always think about that trip now, and I wish we could get back out there.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. We went flying out there, some Indian reservation. I always remember seeing the wild horses out there. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was. I remember that. So, you know, as this collaboration kind of grows and changes, we're gonna add more functionality to Luis's side of things. Everything is a work in progress, you know. But I'm glad to have him here because he's a super valuable asset and very, very. Luis could have his own YouTube channel. He's very smart. He's up there somewhere with Bardwell and Blunty, so he has a lot of information to share with you guys. A Jumper T Pro, FR Sky RXSR. Yeah, it should, absolutely. Yeah, it's crazy. We're gonna work on upgrading the internet line here as well, where my studio is, coming up in the next month. So things should be a lot faster. It might be that, you know, I'm on the grandma internet, and he's just not getting my data quickly. You know, because we're passing this through a software out the smallest data stream. But we are broadcasting from almost the mountains of Oregon here, so very close to all the cool flight spots. So let me show you really quickly. Let's jump into some of the FPV news today. And I hope everybody had a good Christmas, and you guys are working on your hangovers today. So let's pull up the external cam here. All right, we're sideways. There we go. So I have some new stuff to unbox for you guys. We recently partnered up with STP Hobby, and they sent us this quad to check out. It's still in the plastic wrap, and let's just take a look at what they sent us. We've got a couple new quads to look at today. And as always, guys, I always say, send me success. They say, what do you want? We want success. So let's see what's in the box. Some TBU frame parts. Yeah, actually, these are sidewalls. They're clip-on to the standoffs. That's cool. And they're not TPU. They're actually like ABS printed, molded. Ooh. We got some ethics props. That's cool. These are 5 by, let's see, ethics S5. Doesn't say what they are.
It's looking nice.
Yeah, these look nice. Oh yeah, crossfire and GPS. Oh my god, look at that. That's awesome. Looks like it has a props out configuration.
Maybe
nice.
Take my black window off the screen.
Okay.
Or not, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't know how the hell to do that. I'm gonna try to hide it. Let's see. See if we can still hear you. All right. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
There you go.
Cool. So let's look at this quad. Pretty nice thin arms, no support beams through there. 6S motors. See what brand they are. Reactor. Never heard of those. They look a little smaller than those 5-inch motors. They must be pretty efficient. And the reason that they're smaller, guys, if you don't realize this is kind of a mid-range quad with the GPS on the back. So anytime there's GPS on something, you're kind of set up to fly for some range. So this would be a range flyer and freestyler. But don't let the smaller motors fool you. On 6S, it's going to be a beast. And it's interesting the way they have this set up. I'm looking at this, and the side plates cover up the flight controller and the ESCs completely from the side. See that? It's kind of a smoke plastic. Got wire covers going to each motor. This one's a little sideways. The adhesive slipped. And then we have a Caddx Vista on the very back. I wonder what kind of antenna they put in here. Let's look at the bottom. It's a pretty sweet quad. So this will be coming up for a review on the channel this week. Oh yeah. Mid-size, mid-range antenna. This looks good. I like everything's in like a little product bag. So this looks like a Rush, maybe a cherry antenna. Let's open that up. Dude, thank you, RC Moore, for the super chat tip.
Nope.
Yeah, bro, you can see me any question you want, bro. Appreciate that. And here it is. That's gonna sit us above the battery. I like that. So I saw this brand recently in the past couple months on like Albert Kim's YouTube channel, and the few that I saw I wasn't sure about. At first I thought it was like another like knockoff Banggood brand, but I hooked up with Chris from STP Hobby, and he said he sent us one, and he sent us a Primo one. So this definitely does not look like something like 2015 Ishin Banggood. It looks nice. I mean, you can probably tell on the cam. It looks quality. Thanks for the tip, Arctic. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you guys for all the tips today. This is what we do. Full-size GoPro mount on the front. It's not a micro. Got the bolt already there. That's sweet. Let's check the KV on these motors. 2207, 1800 kV. That's nice. What do you guys think about the red bells? Get this a little closer. Take a look-see. Check out the pattern on the top of that bell. It's a pretty nice looking motor. Hollow core shaft. Copper coils look good. And these bumpers on the bottom, the motor protectors, they're not TPU. They're actually injection molded plastic. So, but they're super dense. So these are either going to work out or they're going to crack and break on concrete. So that's my only concern with these. And we'll find out about that when I start flying it. Yeah, Luis, we'll have to read more about the mic setup for Streamlab.
It's a sweet looking frame there, though.
It is.
Yeah, we'll work it out. I'll read up on Streamlabs and figure out how this all works. And
I pay a hefty price for this software, unfortunately. Yeah, it's pretty tight.
I'll have to come over and check it out and see if there's other stuff. I'm pretty good with that kind of stuff.
I know you are. You're an audio savant. This looks nice. I wonder what the retail on this is going to be. I would say this is probably going to be in the $400 range with GPS and Crossfire, Cadex. I don't know if they're going to do an 03 version. But that's one of the things that's new. STP Hobby. I want to say thanks to them for that. And I think that Luis is still an analog. A lot of you guys are still flying analog. Am I right? I'm just looking to see what else is inside this box. We got some little...
Yep, I am still on analog. Although I did order the Walk Snail VRX.
Oh, nice. Let's see.
And I'm going to get the HD0 goggles, I think.
Heck yeah.
That's my ticket.
I haven't tried Walksnail yet because Walksnail hasn't returned my email. So we're still waiting on Walksnail to collaborate. So it looks like they put some extra...
Yeah, who knows when the VRX will actually arrive. Probably another couple months.
Oh. Let's see. So kind of a neat way to package their wires and the extra capacitor in here. Some hardware. These look like nice little reusable boxes. It's pretty cool. Kind of a fancier version of Emax's old clear boxes that he used to give us. We got some stickers in here.
It looks like it should fit in some type of like some kind of toolbox.
Yeah. Extra hardware, bumpers.
Or like they stick together or something.
Let's see. I guess more bumpers. Smoke color. I kind of like the red. Down with the red. All right. Let's check out what it's in the next box. I also have something new from Axis Flying, which you guys are gonna love, and I know this is right up your alley. All right. So how cold is it where you guys are? Super cold? You can tell it's cold where I am. I'm wearing my freaking Carhartt. Alright, so I appreciate that. Thank you, STP. We're on board with them. I wish DJI and Walksnail would get on the channel. I wouldn't have to buy everything. I happen to be on the naughty list, I guess. Today I'm having a perpetual, what is this, Nikasi Brewing for Eugene, Oregon. You guys might have heard that if you live in the Pacific Northwest. This is a Northwest IPA, grapefruit, pine, and bitter. It's bitter. I like IPAs. Alright, so up next box. What's inside this one? This one's the shape of a quad. Looks like maybe a 5-inch. And I have another huge box on there for you guys to see as well during this episode. And by the way, if you saw on the title, it said Hangover Cures. My first hangover cure is more alcohol. Wow, you guys. This is not a quad. Well, it may be. but this is a lot of stuff. Oh, this is another new company on the channel. I saw a couple other reviewers got some of their swag, and it looks like awesome. This is crazy. So I'm gonna switch over to the other cam here. This is nice. All right, you ready for this? Look at this box of swag. So, this is Flying Fish FPV RC. This is a really nice care package. We got some long antennas here. Let's see what those are. Left-hand circular polarized. Nice. These are Cadex antennas. Oh yeah. Let's check those out. It's pretty long. Got the little MMCX connector there, or IPEX. Shoot. Be out of focus. But that's nice. Nice looking cover on top of that. It says Osprey. It's called the Osprey. That's nice. 140 millimeter, 5G. Left-hand circular polarized. I could probably use that on the Cadex. Super nice. So we got a variety of antennas here. We got another one of those long ones. This is probably a right-hand circular polarized. No, another left with the IPEX connector. We got a shorty here. This shorty is a right-hand circular polarized with an MMCX connector. So if you don't know the difference between the two, if you're brand new, I'm just going to show you here real quick. I prefer MMCX because it snaps in. The IPEX sometimes snap loose because they're small. You don't get it on there enough, it falls off. Let's see, so big difference here. These two. Look at that. This is an IPEX. This is MMCX. Super nice. I prefer the one on the right. But Cadex Vista has IPEX. Those are cool. We have a frame in here too. We should do a build coming up.
Does that IPEX have the little retainer clip on it?
No, it doesn't. Okay, Osprey
Check.
HD. Oh my god. Look at this, you guys. That's freaking sweet. Little toolkit. I love this. Dudes. I'll open up this and show you. I'm excited about this. I love having nice tools. I've been using the same Align driver for years. But this looks way nicer than my Align driver.
I love those little toolkits.
This is sweet. Flyfish RC. It's got a motor wrench. Boom. It's probably a pull down. Let's see. Yep. Boom. That's awesome. Nice little grip here. Dude, that's sweet. And they give you a little box to keep everything in. Some stickers. That's pretty sweet. And a full range here of all the way down from 2 millimeter all the way up to about, looks like 8. What is that? No, S2H4. So we got, I don't know why they say H. Anybody know? I always refer to it as M2, M3, M4, M5, 6. And then there's a little tiny Phillips head one on here as well. That's handy. They have a really nice
H,
coating.
hex.
Hex, yeah. There you go. I guess the M stands for metric. Right. Those are sweet. Really nice powder coating on these. Nice and shiny. But I wonder how the quality is on the tip. Sometimes the tips will strip on a shitty, cheap pair. Cheap set. Those don't appear to be cheap though. So you got a GoPro mount. This looks nice. know which one this is. I have a 10. Everybody's seen these before. 9, 10, 11. Sweet. That'll fit my new GoPro. Flyfish RC on the front. So Flyfish is making a lot of accessories, and it seems to be how a lot of companies get started. They start making a lot of small stuff, and then they eventually branch into binding flies. Here's kind of a multicolor print. That looks cool. See what else is in the box. Motors. And do their own motors. You know, iFlight started making just carbon frames, and that's all you used to get from iFlight like 5 years ago. And they worked in one office. Now they have a whole building. Well, a whole floor of the building. But everybody starts small. Unless you're Elon Musk. So these look pretty nice. These are flash. God, they make the numbers so small. 1750 kV. Looks like a brushed aluminum kind of thing on here. Look at that. It's a nice looking motor. Purple anodized on the inside. Hollow core. Look at those copper coils.
Sorry, I keep on hitting my vape. I forget to mute the mic.
All good, bro. I'm sure there's other dudes vaping. It's a thing. It looks pretty nice. I like that. These would be 5-inch motors. Flyfish RC, new on the radar. I'm glad they sent me an email. That's pretty cool. What do you guys think so far? Flyfish. The Osprey. Patch antenna. Wow, this is a big box for a patch antenna. This thing must be ginormous. Let's see. And
Don't know enough about them yet. I saw something a couple weeks ago from them, but I don't know anything about them yet.
Yeah. Let's unveil this together. Okay. Ooh. Something for my V2s or V1s. I like this. iFlight did something similar years ago, but they didn't do I don't think they did a faceplate like this. Look at that. That's kind of cool. Very nerdy. I like it. 2 connectors here. And the patch antenna here. Actually, yeah, it's all the same thing. Very interesting. I want some antennas for my goggles too. Those are cool. It's got some hardware in here as well. I wonder what the price on those are going to be. You know, you can use the stock antennas on your V2s for V1s. They're really not that bad. But this is 8 dB, so this will definitely be an upgrade. Anytime you run over to 8 dB, you're going to increase your penetration back to your goggles. Great reception. And this is the Volador. That's cool. Sealed up. It's their website if you want to check them out. Let's check out the carbon quality here. That's what I want to see. Alright, let's move this out of the way. So I also got a new e-bike this week as well. Huge box sitting over there. I'll show you guys that coming up. It's kind of interesting. Like 3M logo with sticky on the back here. Looks like a recessed XT60 connector right there. That's going to be cool. GoPro mount, full size. Bumpers. Oh, CNC camera sidewall plates here. These look pretty nice. It's kind of a matte finish on the black and then polished on the front. They look okay. That's the right side. Show you that up close. Pretty nice. So let's check out the carbon. That's what I want to see. I got to go straight for the heart here. Straight for the gut. Yeah, it is packaged nice. Let's check out the top plate. Looks like 3 mil. Maybe? No, it's less than 3 mil. It's 2 mil. Ball door. It's got a recess spot here for that that 3M logo stamp right here. It's going to go on like this. Just gives you a little bumper protection between your frame and your battery. That's kind of cool. That's something I haven't really seen before, so I bring a little bit of innovation. I'd like to see that.
Huh. That is pretty cool.
Yeah. Look at that.
I've never seen that.
I mean, all my years at FPV, I've never seen that. That is cool. Always something new in our hobby. That's really cool. Now let's check out the bottom plate. I want to see some thicker.
I'm always suspicious of these new companies.
Yeah.
Not bad suspicious, but I always wonder whether or not they're another company that we already know. Like this thing, some of the carbon kind of looks like Diatone's carbon. The
Really?
way that they painted the name on that thing.
It is possible. Sometimes these companies reinvent themselves. They start over. Ishin kind of came back as like the Tyro. Or Atom RC is actually Sky Zone. These are thick. Whoa, check that out. That's weird right there. Like a little... See that?
That is some thick arm right there.
Dude, that's like 6 mil. 6 mil. Look at that bumper right there. Boom. That's thick. This is going to be a Bando beast. Look at this insert right here. 2 bolts going through. Probably locks into place with the other arms. It's nice. This is interesting the way they did that. They took extra time to do these like little details here. These little side. I've never seen that either on a frame.
Yeah, I wonder if that little diamond detail is actually adds to the rigidity or the resiliency of the carbon.
Yeah, I don't know. I like that. So Flyfish has a great start. Coming out of the gate with some quality looking gear. It doesn't look dirt dog cheap. So we'll build this one coming up. It's got a schematic in there too of how everything goes together. It's going to be a True X frame. There it is. The Balador. Where does that name come from? Anybody know? Sounds like Voldemort, but without the M.
Volador means flyer in Spanish.
Does it? I love it. That's awesome. Maybe they're from South America. First South American company in FPV? Question mark?
Yeah, I doubt that. Right? Did they send you any electronics? Are they making flight controllers?
I did not get any electronics. Okay, you guys ready for the big box? All right.
Okay.
Let's get this big box going. Okay. Does it look freezing cold here or what? I think I gained like 40 pounds with this Carhartt deal. All right. Raise the blade time. So for whatever reason, Axis sent this to North Carolina. And my mom had to send it back out to the West Coast. Thank God for moms. She's like, do you want this?
They have your address in North Carolina?
Yeah. I have no idea how. I think I was like on vacation or something back home, and they had something cool to send me, and I said, send it here to this address, and then my mom got it at her address. Oh yeah, baby. Ooh, another frame. So I had her open the box.
I remember you were out there last summer, and you were you unboxed some stuff out there.
Yeah. So, okay. Should we go straight for the big dog? There's more stuff in this box than one thing. Alright. So, I had her open this box because, first of all,
sounds heavy.
I said, how big is the box? She said, it's pretty big. And then I said, can you just open it for me? She was already at the post office about to send it to me. And I had her open it at the post office because we were trying to make a decision. Well, I said, Mom, open the box because it could be just a bunch of propellers. And if it's a whole box of propellers, I don't want to pay $30 to ship that now. Just leave them there and I'll get them when I come home, whenever. So she opened it up, and lo and behold, it was this. I'll show you guys. Another 7-inch. So I said, yeah, please put that in the mail right now. We need to get that. We need to get that ASAP. So we paid the $28 to ship it back out here.
Their foldable one.
Foldable 7-inch. Let's go. Freaking awesome. Wow. We have another quad in here with an 03 on board. Let's go. Holy crap. I'm glad she had this shipped this to me. We also have this, which is a Z25 frame kit with clear gray components from the Cinehoop series. Little mini cinema drone. You could do probably under 250 grams with that one. And, my guys, we have a Z20 here with the 03. Let's go. Bro, I'm glad I paid the $28 to get these boxes sent out here. Aren't you guys? Imagine if this was stuck in North
Man, they hooked you
Carolina.
up.
Dude, this is serious crap right here. I don't know if I can really say this. I don't really have any contractual agreement not to talk about this, but Access and myself are working on something behind the scenes, and it might be released, say, Q1 of 2023. Something you guys want. What do you guys want to check out first? What do you want to check out first? I'm reading like the chat. So should we check out the 7-inch or the mini Cinehoop? The Z20 or the Qualys 7? What would you guys like? It's a democracy. Let's choose. Open them both here. Oh, one of them's already been open. Customs, you dirty bastards. You've been in my boxes. Okay, the little one's not open. They said F that. I bet somebody in customs
I say the
wanted to
7-inch.
see the 7. All right, we gotta vote for the 7. I can get a 5-inch. It's a 2.5 or a 2. All right. All right, unanimous, you guys. It's funny, I did a poll in the community tab today, like, hey, do you want me to do a live stream? Because I had all this cool stuff to show you. And like, about 43% people said no. I guess everybody's kind of hungover today, or still traveling. But it seems that 40 of you guys want to show up and see what's new. Why not? Nice HQs came with it. See, these are 7x3s. Oh yeah, 7 by 3 by 3. So when I'm flying 7-inch, I don't like 7 by 5. It's a little too much pitch. and 3 is about the sweet spot. So you can see there's not a ton of pitch there. I don't want aggressive props on my 7-inch because I'm trying to get the best range out of it and the best flight time. If you go adding a ton of pitch to props, they become super aggressive and they pull more amps from the battery unnecessarily, because we're not trying to freestyle this thing. This is a cruiser. This is a big boy toy cruiser. Okay? A 7-inch is like, if you're not flying a 7-inch yet, this is the holy grail of FPV right here. At the end of the day, I don't care about any other quads. Give me a 7-inch like into my retirement and I would be happy. Even if they tell me years later I can't fly this, I'll be sitting on a mountain somewhere figuring out a way to fly it. They'll have to rest me for my leisure. Yeah, bro, this thing's nasty. Let's check out the quad. God, this thing looks like a beast. I love a good beast. You know, if XJet is watching the stream today, speaking of XJet, I don't know how he got blocked. I didn't block him. Luis talked about this with me on the phone, and he didn't seem to block him. So I don't know who blocked XJet, but the old man got his feelings hurt and could make a comment on the last live stream, Christmas Eve or something. So all apologies out to XJet for whoever blocked you, bro. But XJet is one of the guys I used to watch a long time ago, and he's one of my favorites. He will say things that other guys won't, but he's from New Zealand, that's why. He's super smart. He has a ton to contribute, and he is a legend. More so than a lot of our peers. He's been doing it since guys weren't even on the FPV radar. It's guys like a true rocket science. I think he got in trouble in New Zealand for actually making like a rocket that he fired off or something. Yeah, we all love Bruce. He must be getting paranoid in his old age or something. I don't know. I hope he's not losing it. 'Cause I do like Bruce, always have. But he tried to troll me unintentionally, so he said. Okay, so the antenna is good. It could be a little longer. What do you guys think? I think this could be just a tiny bit longer for a true range antenna. I'm pretty sure that my Chimera has, oh yeah, longer antennas than this one. We'll do some comparisons for sure. We're gonna pick out the best 7-inch for you out of all these companies once I've tested all these. Oh yeah, Axis coming with their nice, super nice bag, quad bag. You don't see any other companies making a nice, like, kind of velvet bag in the box for the quad. So for traveling or whatnot, this will keep your camera from getting scratched. Looks like we have a traditional right turn rear setup here. And let's see how this unfolds. Where the F is the GPS on this thing? Oh my god. Oh, there it is. I thought for a second we didn't have GPS. I was about to freak out. Cannot fly a 7-inch without GPS. Just ridiculous. Okay, so here is the quad folded up. There it is. Okay. So it's pretty. So if you're new to Axis, you don't know much about them. This company has brought tons of innovation in design to our community. They always seem to almost reinvent the wheel on every single quad. The first quad they ever came out with was an 8X setup, X8, which is crazy. Your first release, you're going to do an under-over X8. That's insane. And they did it as a micro, like a 2-inch or 2.5-inch prop on it. And it had like a 2-minute flight time. So Albert Kim and myself were like, what the hell? Then they released another battery for it. Instead of a 550, I think they sent us a 900 milliamp. And I still got like 3.5 minutes. So the X8, it was cool, but not really kind of practical. This one looks practical. Okay. So starting off, we have obviously a quad setup. I'm hoping in that it's a dead cat 7-inch. It looks like right turn rear motors. The motors look similar to the Fox Zero RS7 that we reviewed last week. It has a foldable platform for the GPS, and what I'm liking about this already is that this GPS is twice the size than the other GPSs out there on the 7-inch. So bigger GPS, more reliable GPS. They just are. The bigger you go, it's just like a antenna VTX strength. The higher milliwatt, better reception. So this baby is going to receive your packets better than a smaller one. Small ones are compact. They're nice for small rigs. But if you want range, bigger is better. We have a full-size GoPro mount up front with a, looks like it's not, doesn't have any grommets underneath it. It's just standoffs. So you can see this platform up front. But there should be some dampening with this TPU mount right here. And, you know, running a GoPro doesn't care about hard mounts anymore. You used to see all of the vibration in GoPro mount if you did a hard mount. So we have a weird, oh, this is interesting. Check this out. There's a lever back here. Beep, 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 beep. Oh. Oh. So that lets the arms out. Oh yeah, baby. Get a lock into place. Oh no, what the hell was that? Sounded like a clock ticking. That was weird. So I don't have a lock yet. Oh my god. You have to really crank it to get it to lock. You know, the only thing that scares me about that is, for God's sake, if it's not locked and you take off with the 7-inch, you fly over a ridge, you're screwed. Then that arm swings around and it's going to eat that quad up. Alright. So this might be one to like take on a trip to North Carolina or something. Wish it would fly like that. That's pretty cool looking. So now I'm trying to figure out how to get these arms out. Front arms. Looks like it's not going to be a dead cat unless it stops right there on the straight away. How the hell did these come out? Oh no. Oh my god. They hid the next lever. So you guys see the next lever for the front? You don't see it, do you? Anybody in the chat? You see where it is? It's right in front of you. You'll never find it. So sneaky. You see it? Look at this. Thanks for joining the camps, bro. The lever is right in front of the GoPro mount. Check it out. Beep. Beep. Oh yeah, dead cat. Let's go, baby. Come on, second arm. Give me it. It's a little bit wonky. Getting the arms to lock in place. All right, now they're locked. Okay. You want to be super careful about these wires when you're moving stuff. That makes me nervous. Now, the other thing that concerns me about this kind of lock design here is if you set this, or this lever, if you set this on the ground and there's a rock on the concrete or something, wherever you're taking off, you're not using a landing pad, or even if you are, something pokes up through the landing pad and hits that little lever down here. I don't know how much force it would take to release it, but you see where this lever sits? It's kind of facing down. Beep, 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 beep. See that? Time will tell how that works out. Because let's see how much force. Oh yeah, that'll be fine. I really have to push on that. You would have to probably do like a hard bounce on the ground to get that lever to push. But it's so weird that it faces down. right? That should have maybe been on the top of the frame in the back somehow, but then it would limit your battery placement. So that's a tough call. So in this one, looks like we have a totally enclosed 20 by 20 ESCs inside the enclosure. We've got the full size 1080p air unit in the back with a different camera in the front, not the original DJI camera. Looks like a Polar. So if it is a Polar, you can fly at night. That's cool. There's the Polar. And we also have kind of an over-under design here. So they squashed in the frame to make it more compact. They squashed in these motors closer to the rear motors. Without bringing these up, you'd never be able to do that. So it gives clearance just above the prop behind it. Now, if you're using really stiff props, it won't be a problem. If you're using something that has more flex, you could have a blade strike. But we'll have to see how that works out. But I don't think the props they gave us here are flexible. I got some the other day. I think they were from Gym Fan. They were 7-inch, and they had so much flex. So flex, a lot of prop flex happens on hard maneuvers. I think these are pretty rigid. Should be fine. But let's put a couple on just to see if they're overlapping vertically. I'm not paying attention to which way they go, so I'm just going to slap them on here, okay? Let's see if we have any. Yeah, I'd take this over the Avata. Hell yeah. That's what it's all about right here, 7-inch. Okay. You got plenty of room on here to put your remote ID. Okay. Let's see. Moment of truth. Looks like we have plenty of space, no overlap. That's interesting. But normally, I'd say that the frame connection is about here for the arms, and it looks like they scooched it back about a 1/2 inch to right there. And you can make this length any length you want up here to extend the camera. It looks pretty good. So it does have some TPU feet. We've got 2 small ones up front, right at the front here, and in the back we have taller ones. These are pretty thick, and they do have some washers underneath these M3 bolts.
Yeah, I really want to see you fly that thing so you can see what kind of vibes it has.
Yeah, I'm going to give you some DVR video so you guys can see the vibes and the tune. Looks nice though. This thing is pretty original. No one else has a quad that remotely looks like this.
Thing looks really sweet though.
Yeah, it looks, I would say, it's a contender. And it's really for guys who just want something large and portable. Because it does have a way smaller footprint than my my Chimera 7 Pro V2. Way smaller footprint. It almost feels like about a 6-inch, a little larger. Meh. Yeah, around a 6-inch frame because of how close in everything is. Like, I could put my Chimera on the bench and show you guys the difference. It's huge. See if I can find that for you. I bet it's in the 600 gram, 700 gram range. Probably quad only.
The specs on the website says it's 626 grams, it says.
I'm pretty accurate. So, yes, go back and look at the comments.
Yep, you're close.
Go back and look at the comments recently on one of my videos. This guy says, you know, your opinion on this Protect 25, or this, not Protect, the Defender, So how is your opinion valid? People always say, you don't even have the quad yet. I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to be arrogant, but I have 10 years in this industry. If you know anybody that has 10 years in any industry, basketball coach, car salesman, flipping burgers, whatever you do for 10 years, you kind of have an educated opinion on shit. So a lot of times when I make some assumptions on a product, like the Avata, it comes true when I get it. Because I know the components. I've been staring at this shit for a long time. Developing it, testing prototypes, behind the scenes, helping develop frames, motors, Cinewhoops. Thanks for joining, bro. Appreciate you. And so one of the reasons that the Chinese sponsored this channel is because they know that when it comes to FPV and drones, I'm just another engineer along with them, and mostly I'm a test pilot. I called myself a pro before, but people get offended. They say I can't call myself a pro. Whatever. And somebody named FPV Girl said I said I was a celebrity. I never called myself a celebrity. So that's the Chimera 7V Pro sitting on top of it. See how much we have more extension in the back? You can't see it, but in the front too. Check this out. I'm not trying to be arrogant about that stuff. Like, people think everybody in FPV is arrogant. I'm just here to test fly and have fun and give back what what I think about stuff to you guys. So see how much further wingspan we have here on the Chimera, and it's not foldable. So even the frame on the Chimera is about, let's see how many inches longer. About 1.5 inches longer. Let's see if I can hold these up. You can kind of see that right there. Look at that. That's crazy, isn't it? Both have 2 straps for a giant battery. You got way more truck body here, as I call it. Truck bed for a giant battery. And now you notice that the Chimera V2 does not have the GoPro mount up front, because I'm running the 03. So I no longer have that on here. Now I just record through the 03. 4K stable as Rocksteady 2.0. Let's go. GPS on here, but it has a smaller GPS. It has the BN220 on here on the back. And I mentioned this before too. I believe iFlight has longer antennas. Let's see how much longer. So the only reason you want like a longer antenna is just a little bit more clearance away from the RF of the quad and to get above the battery. When you fly in range, all the height you can get on your antenna is going to help you miles out. The further out you go, the more antenna you want. It's kind of like just having a longer fishing rod. You can cast it further. Okay, so there's the Chimera antenna, and that is the antenna on the Koala, whatever you want to say. So it's like a 1/2 inch taller. It's not a big deal. This one doesn't have any kind of rubber on the outside of it for tightening it. This one has a TPU, a little printout around the outside of this. Makes it easy to put on and off. Pretty nice. It's a lot quicker. Let's check out the motor size. 1250 kV. That's good. And the Zing series motors look bigger. 2809. Those were 1250. Can't see shit. $12.50. 1250 and 1250. Thank you, Axis, for making them 1250. 1250 is what I prefer on a 7-inch. When you get up into 1650, it's going to be a performance quad for 7-inch. But I like this larger GPS. This thing means it'll be locked. It's going to be locked for your return to home if you have that problem. Yeah, blind Buddha, Binda. Dude, I just take everything with a grain of salt. But the whole thing with Bruce, man, just name drop. It kind of pissed me off. I don't name drop. I don't name drop in my community chat. You know, post BS about people. I don't usually do the soapbox thing. Just because all these guys are my peers, man. Why do you want to talk about people in the same class? It wasn't like that in school. Friends with everybody. Jocks, the nerds, the freaks, the punks, whatever. Go to football games, the skate ramp on the weekends. Do everything. Okay. My night last night was good. It was good. Really good. So, we also have this to check out, you guys. And this has O3 on board. Let's go. But hopefully all you guys had a blessed Christmas. I know I did. I'm lucky to have my kids, my girlfriend there with me. We enjoyed our Christmas tree. And I love having kids at Christmas. My mom was telling me to enjoy Christmas this year with the kids, because Christmas is all about the kids. But I think it's mostly about being with people you love, and I wish I could have been home. But that wasn't in the cards for me this year. There's our 7. That's looking pretty good. So I appreciate you guys for the super chat donations today. Thank you so much. Tips are always welcome. I appreciate you. So this one, the customs didn't go into. They didn't open this one. RC drift truck. Sweet, dude. Casey, that's awesome. Heck yeah. It's your kids? So, my girlfriend's little boy, he got this set of RC cars, and I don't know where they got it from. I think his grandparents sent it to him off Amazon. But it's a Demolition Derby set of cars. And I've never seen Demolition Derby RC cars before. Bro, thanks for joining up, Galaxy. Welcome to the Drone Camps channel. So these 2 little RC cars come in a little pack, and my son and him are going to have a ton of fun with them. You can crash them into each other, and they break apart. Like the bumper will fall off, the wheels will fall off. It's awesome. Like, little boys are destructive too. I was. But I try to take care of my stuff. But as an adult man, I'm very hard on my gear. That's why when I get a quad, I need it to be durable for the test of time. Because I'm going to get dirt on it. I've been to some crazy spots in Oregon flying. I don't know if I was with Luis on this one trip where we went to this place. We were flying out in the middle of the desert. And I had been running an RC truck. But I put a landing pad down and I flew off. And, oh, nice, Johnny. Congrats, bro. I flew off and I came back in and I landed, and all this stuff from the ground just went like all over the motors. So I had all this crap stuck all over my motors. It's like, what the hell? You know, the motors have magnets in them around the bell, and that's, you know, how Tesla designed this. Originally, Tesla designed the first electric motor. So when I flipped it over and I looked, it was like a bunch of iron ore stuck up inside there. And so the magnets attracted all this iron ore from the ground, and then all of it, I mean, it was just like, that quad was done for the day. But I was wrenching on them, trying to get it out. And I've never seen that anywhere I've flown before, but that was kind of cool and weird. And I was lucky that I had other quads to fly. I don't know if you've ever flown a location like that before, but that's super weird. So next time I came back and landed on the car. So I didn't get like 5 pounds of iron ore stuck inside the motors. Yeah, sand. You can't avoid the sand in the desert. But I should have landed on top of my car in the first place. I used to do that with RC helis. I'd be somewhere flying and some jagoff would come up with a dog. And on an RC heli, you've got like sometimes 3 minutes flight time. And we had huge, like 6S parallel 5,000 packs on these helis, on 700. And the dog would be barking, jumping up and down at the heli. And I have to come land my helicopter on top of my car. Line of sight. I had a friend here in Portland who actually hit 2 dogs. 2. In a park. Portland parks. I mean, the second dog he hit, the guy was like a homeless punk rocker and wanted to kick his ass. And the guy, you know, he was telling the guy, he's like, hey man, it's like, let's take your dog to the vet. Your dog's face is bleeding. Dog jumped up and snatched the blades. Gotta watch out for animals, even with quads. I think it's something they need to chase and kill. It's instinct. So let's check out this one. This one has O3 on board. More FPV news for you here. Let's see what we've got in here. 2-inch props. These are Gym Fan. 51mm 2020. Yep, 2-inch. These look nice. Smoke color. Looks like 5-blade prop for the C25, I think they're calling this one. Or 20. It's a 2-inch. A lot of times the quads would be named like C20 and it's a 2-inch, or 55-inch, or 35 for a 3.5-inch, or 30, like the Cinehoop 30 is a 3-inch. So here we have naked GoPro wire. Nice. Little baby strap. So we got a mini mount up front. And we got an over-under design. And I was looking at this on another channel recently. I thought, how cool is this frame? This is a up-down design. Inverted motor design in the front. Inverted. And then in the back we have a regular setup here. Props up in the back, props down in the front. Does that add to stability at this size? Does it make it more aggressive and forward? Make it faster? Isn't that cool? It's like so weird. It's a, you know, a completely under-over design. Over, under, over, under. They got a little bumper down here for landing. A little 3M bumper. Boom, boom. And then the freaking DJI 03. Come on. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? On such a small quad. That is freaking cool. And this was the Z20, by the way, not C20. That's pretty cool. It looks like 2mm 3K carbon fiber on the top, little bevel around the edge. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like 6 bolts to take the top plate off to get to the flight controller. You may be able to remove this bottom plate to get to flight controller quicker. So all the solder points are going to be on the facing the bottom. I believe the board's inverted. So once you take this off, the 03 should just come off with this, and then you can get straight down to your UART pads. You want to add some on here. It'd be nice if it had GPS. Wouldn't it be cool? It looks like she might run something like a 450 milliamp or 550. Not a very big quad. No registration on this one. It's under 250 grams. But isn't that sweet? 4K stabilized video, under 250 grams. Let's go. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Luis. Here's like a 95X. Double frame. I'd like to see Beta FPV come out with some 03 designs. Just wonder if they're going to do that. Seems like they're going the HD 0 route. And who do you think is going to win over HD 0 and Walk Snail? We'll get some votes in the chat. What are you guys feeling more? HD 0 is cheaper. Walk Snail has 1080p. HD 0 has 720. Am I right? But this is 1080p FPV. This is legit right here. Goggles too. V2 goggles. Should all work with this unit now after the new update. Yeah, it'll test the durability of the 03 on this one. But you know what? It has more protection than some of the 5-inch ones. It's completely surrounded by mini standoffs and TPU bumpers and the carbon frame on the bottom. It's going to take some hits though. But you know, this is not a freestyle quad. You're not going to be like Bando Bash in this one. Maybe. I bet Bach Grinder might. If he got this one, he'd probably send it. But I will say, one thing I don't like, and guys are always saying, oh, you always talk about the best stuff. No, I don't. You don't watch my channel if you think I talk about only the best shit. What do you guys see on there that you don't like? Let's talk about this. Con. That camera is hanging way out front. I mean, you're probably gonna break that camera lens up here at some point. You can hit something hard. There's no protection around it at all. It's like actually extended by a piece of TPU. Should have nice dampening. You can see it move. Yeah, he's flying the Cinebot. But I don't like that. I don't like that right there. There should be maybe an upgrade to this that could cover the whole damn camera. Because I want protection on the bottom of this camera. Down bottom, TPU. And a little on the, maybe a little on the side. And maybe a little bit of a cover on top. This thing is wide open, you guys. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. That's not super great. I mean, originally I didn't notice it because I was so jazzed on this over-under design, and I kept just looking at all that. And once I have this thing in my hand,
that camera's coming right off.
What's that? I think that we said the camera's coming off. Now, if you do real estate, this could be cool for an indoor flyer. Man, you could really make some sick real estate videos with this. You could fly through a freaking flower arrangement with this. This thing is small. I don't see my scale anywhere in the pile of crap behind me, but I'll look for it. I broke it already. I looked at it and it broke. But I'll test it and we'll find out how it does. It's the smallest O3 I've ever seen. So the lag is 20 seconds. Not surprised. Maybe everybody and their dog is online right now on their couch looking at their devices, which they probably are. They're probably all nursing their hangovers and drunk again. Capacitor on here on this wire, XT30 setup. Let me see on the box if it was a 6S. I do have some mini 6S batteries, pretty cool. GMB makes those, by the way. I believe maybe it's 2 or 3S, something so small. Okay, does not say. All right. So it has no receiver on here, so I'll be trying to bind this up to my controller, FPV controller 2 from DJI. See how that does in beta flight. It has no information on here about what battery size. 2, 3, or 4S. I'm sure it's not a 6S. It'd be a little beast if it was 6S. Then you definitely break the O3. Alright. Let's see. Let's check out this manual here. Wow, it's all in Chinese. Alright, here's English. So it has information on the RunCam Link. So it looks like they're going to do a RunCam Link version for you guys that don't have Goggles 2 yet. But since the update, it doesn't matter. Alright. It doesn't give me any information on this instruction manual. What size battery? If anybody knows, you put it in the chat. 4S, William? Thank you. It would be sick if it was 4S. I do have some 4S A50s. I think an A50 on here would be probably the maximum size I'd put on here. But look at the little mount in the back for Immortal T for TBS. It's already there for you. So I do have an extra one sitting around. I may add one on there. But I hate like hell to have to pull these quads apart when I get them. I just want to be able to bind them, go test them for you guys. A T60 connector to do 4S. How's an XT30? T60? Question mark? 450 to 650. Yeah. So Eric, sometimes what they recommend, quad guys don't really go for. We just put whatever flies on there. I know that strap's probably not going to accommodate an A50, but I can see in there that I could slam one on here. Probably get 2 or 3 minutes more flight time out of it by doing that. And you can do that because you're not going to be doing freestyle with it. If you're going to freestyle, you're going to put a lighter battery on there. Something like a 550 for freestyle, I think. 450, you're just going to eat it up so fast. And it really depends on what motors they put on here. I don't have the specs in front of me right now, but I'll try to see if I can see these. C135s. I cannot read the KV. If anybody has the website up, tell me what the KV is on these. That's pretty good, cool looking quad though. That's fun. You know, our channel used to be huge on micros, and depending on what happens next year with remote ID and all this stuff, who knows, we might become a micro quad channel. Maybe all the reviewers will be stuck with flying in gymnasiums and hiding somewhere. Ripped off and lost in the grass. Man, you'd have to have a terrible crash to do that. But the expensive part on here is underneath all this carbon. So the O3 VTX in there, that's the expensive part. This camera I think is around $60. For some guys that will be an expensive replacement. It's more expensive than an analog camera, but in my opinion a lot better. Way better. Way better. You can make it happen. I want to fly this in the mall. Should we do some like 4K gorilla whooping in the mall with this thing? It does look like a toy. It is a toy. It's under $250. My only problem about flying this around the public is it's noisy. And these motors, if they did catch somebody's hair, it'd be a bad day for me. Might be too loud. Put it on 2S and sneak by. I did a Gorilla Whoop episode. You guys got to go back and check that out. We flew in Walmart. It's freaking awesome. Gorilla Whooping, if you don't know what it is, it's like going to places where you're not supposed to be like messing around, like Target or Walmart. Like I've seen some guys fly inside the airport. Obviously got a friend. Someone flew in Nevada in airport. I wasn't super impressed. Whatever. I think that was Ken Herron. No offense, Ken. Jeez. I'll have another hate post. Love you, Ken. So we got a lot of new stuff today. The Voldemort. I'm going to call that the Voldemort. The Voldemort. It means flyer or pilot in Spanish, I think Luis said. Gorilla Whoop. This is a Gorilla Whoop machine. I wish Bot Grinder lived close, man, because we would take a couple of these out and Gorilla Whoop somewhere. One of my Tiny Whoop Gorilla episodes, I flew like in between like a moving train cars. That was super fun. One mistake on that and your little Whoop is trashed. Train is gonna mess it up. I mean, the thing literally weighed 20 grams. Brushed motors. Tiny little motors. This reminds me of the early days of micro brushless. This is freaking cool. I'm gonna have a hard time getting rid of this one, if I ever do. Got a slot in the back for a receiver too. That's handy. Looks the right size for the XM Plus or the Crossfire Nano. Everything's all ready to go on here. You don't need to do anything. What about SD card access? Oh, look at that. So somebody recently said something about the Cinebot. They was having a hard time reaching the SD card slot. And so there it is right here. Completely accessible. A little bit of a shadow there, but okay. Super accessible. Nothing blocking that. If you can't get to that, something wrong with you. But Axis Flying. Bringing more interesting stuff to the community. This is fun. Z20. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I wish I could send it right now. So apparently, with the new upgrades, new firmware, I think we do some live streaming with the goggles too. Am I right? We should live stream this one. BB? What the hell is BB? Today is the first day that I can breathe again. I've been congested for like 30 days, I swear to God. The Voldor is a type of flying fish. That's cool. Ah, that'll be interesting. So, in the chat, somebody said, Luis, one of our moderators, said maybe Flyfish FPV is Axis Flying budget line. Speculation. Gotta be careful with speculation. People got all of them panties in a wad. Remember the last time I speculated about something on the channel?
Definitely speculation.
People get all bent out of shape. That's not true, Josh. What are you talking about? You don't know what you're talking about. Speculation, bro. You ever watch Joe Rogan? We like to speculate here. We want to guess what's next. We want to talk about what's current. That's the fun of it. You know what I mean? I don't know if you caught the last live stream. That was fun. We had a lot of fun. It was like jokes the whole time, because for me it was just, it wasn't really a worky type live stream where I needed to show stuff and be intelligent. I could just cut up. Sometimes it's kind of like a campfire chat with you guys. Campfire chat. I was watching Elon Musk on a live stream, and sometimes I'll like mess up my words while I'm doing a live. And usually I don't do it as much when I'm working on a video, but whenever you're on camera, something to do with a camera like messes up your brain to your word output, and sometimes the words just go whoosh. And it's not just me, thank God, because Elon Musk's intelligent as he is, he does the same thing. He does a lot of I and it must be something to do with how fast his brain moves. And my neurons are firing super fast. Like, I'm laid back, but my brain wheels spin super quick. So sometimes my brain gets way ahead of my mouth. And I do that when I write too. Like write letters ahead of a letter. But this thing's cool. So we got 2 super fun releases from Axis coming up on the channel. So thank you, Axis Flying, for like the coolest box. And we got another frame over here. So another Z25 frame. Wait a minute. Wasn't this a Z20? Did they make a 2.5 version as well? What the hell's going on here? Let's see this. Yeah. This is a 20. And this other frame's a 2.5. So maybe I could transfer this gear off here and put 2.5-inch props on this one. What do you think? I think I should leave it like a 2-inch. I like the small size form factor. We also have an Osprey Flying Fish RC HD frame kit. So, no, wait a minute. What the hell? That's a patch antenna. Follow door. So is that an HD 03 frame? Let's see. That's what I want to know. VX5. It does not say if it supports 03. I might have to look on their website for that. So if anybody has that pulled up, let us know if this is an 03 ready frame. It looks pretty wide in the front though. Check that out. It's pretty wide, right? Kind of looks like an 03 setup. I do have a RunCam link sitting over there though. I could add a RunCam link on here. I'm pretty sure that'll fit, unless it's an 03 frame. The 03 camera's wider. So also on the channel coming up, we have RunCam HD version 2 coming up. This is a brand new camera. I had to fly this the other day when it was raining. So for just a few minutes, it stopped raining for a few minutes. I was able to get some footage with this, and I'm going to compare it to the 03 for you. So 4K versus 4K in my review. So I'm going to bring you something a little different in my RunCam HD review. Thumb HD 4K. Came with its own little mount. Mounts right to the front of the Cinebot. So that's cool. You can make it fit on the Cinebot stage up here. And the Cinebot has dampened stage for the camera. Yeah. It's pretty cool, right? SD card goes in the back. Boom. And it's only powered by 5 volt. That's the only drawback about this, I think. That's a con. Talk about stuff I don't like. 5 volt. I don't like it. DK's GoPro, it has an adapter on it that you can put right to the battery balance connector. 6S on that. There must be a step down regulator or something there, but this is only 5 volt. And I think you can get camera control. You can set it up on a switch because it comes with another cable that has some UART wires coming off of it. So you can set that switch up on a UART and make it start recording from a switch. That's pretty cool. So you got options with this one. Compatible with the 03 for the Volador frame. Sweet. Nice. I wonder if that's an upgrade. Well, it seems like it had to be a different frame. And also for guys that didn't see it, I have another quad sitting here that's coming up by a company you guys saw release, the Geek 35. I can get to it here. And this was in the last live stream, but a company called Acon. It's called the Hex 35. See these prop cards? And I said in my last live stream I thought it was a Hexa rotor. It's like 6 motors. This one has 4. It just has hexagonal like prop cards. But this thing should be a beast. This is a 6S Cinehoop at 3.5-inch props. So you guys saw what happened on the last review with the Geek 35. It had carbon fiber prop cards, super lightweight. But this one's been kind of beefed up. And this one has a Vista on the bottom. So unfortunately no 03 there. I'd like to see a black box on the bottom. That would be 03. I don't know why they made the 03 black. You stick 2 of the world's hottest electronic components together, a VTX and a 4K DVR, in a black box. They're like fighting each other to not crash. So we'll see how 03 works this summer. See on the bottom here, you can't see it in there. It's black. No clue why they made it black. This is against all laws of physics and engineering. So Elon Musk said yesterday in his live stream, he said the factory, I'm working at the factory all the time and I'm trying to oversee some of the manufacturing of the products. And sometimes it feels like I'm in a Dilbert cartoon episode. He said they were working on this Tesla and they had the whole factory was shut down. And they had this little T-shaped thing on the bottom underneath the seats of the Tesla. And they were trying to figure out how to make this part. Something broke or failed. And then they called upstairs to engineering, and one of the guys said, "Oh yeah, that was for crash safety, but we don't use it anymore. It's useless." So they've been putting them on the Teslas for the last 2 years. We've been taking extra time to manufacture that, and it doesn't do anything. He's like, as the owner of the company, he's like, "What the hell? What's going on here? We got some wires crossing here." Dilbert cartoon episode. But some cool stuff, right? Coming up. We've got the Colas. No idea how to say that. We got the Volador. And that's a pretty good haul for this week. A Christmas haul. Merry Christmas to drone camps, right? So, this is looking good. It's going to be a fun week coming up. I got a lot of flying to do. And it looks like rain in the forecast all week. And that's Oregon for you, right? You're impressed with that drone. Which drone is that, William? Bill? Thanks, Barry. I thought it was pretty cool. They all look good. Now, this is a prime example of O3 or FPV camera protection. So which one of these frames do you think has the best camera protection? Just looking at it from your perspective. Definitely not this one. That baby is hanging out front. And very much like the Cinehoop that I reviewed from Fox here last week or the week before. They had the same kind of thing hanging out up front. Just begging to be broke. Yeah, we'll fly the little one inside for sure. Yeah, the Z20 will be inside little quad. That one's gonna be nice. I'd like to see Flyfish get to the point, if they get enough community support, to do some bind and flies. By support, I mean sales. So, this is a Gep RC 03 camera shroud. The Colas 7. We've got 2 carbon side plates, 3mm, and a bottom standoff down here. Wish there was one up top. That's the way that one's set up. That's pretty good. That's a thumbs up. That's pretty standard. This looks better to me because it has some dampening here with TPU sidewall through aircraft aluminum. You got another custom mounted plate up here. I wish it was a little further forward, but that's gonna kind of limit your tilt. And then down bottom, we've got a little bit of a standoff down there actually. And then this one is kind of molded injected plastic. It's not going to be quite as durable, but it's better than this. So these 3, they'll be fine. Unless you hit that perfect rock and scratch your lens, which does happen. It happens to me a lot. Yeah, it does. I think that's why the Cinebot's so popular. And the prop guards are durable as hell. Even the V1 Cinebot, I crashed it on concrete, it bounced. And it just barely scratched the front. And this version versus the older one, they both have the same prop guards. So same durability factor. And I love that they don't put any posts in the prop guards. So these prop guards, no posts coming over top of the motor here. It's less protection, but it's also weight reduction, and it's easier to get these off. Less bolts to get them off. And these also have 0 struts for the prop guards. You don't have any struts coming over top of the propeller, as you can see right there. That's nice. Just makes everything a little easier and easier to take on and off if you break one. I got you hooked on the Tiny Go. Cool. Tiny Go is good stuff. It's fun for in the house, quick flyer, and everything there to get you up and flying. It's still kind of like my #1 beginner choice, Tiny Go. They still have those in stock. They made so many of them because most of the reviewers, they honestly liked it. They did. So Barry, you've had a lot of crashes with your Cinebot. We'll say Merry Christmas to everybody out there. And I just want to let you know, Carolina, if you're still in the stream, that your Orca's going out tomorrow. William, that's funny. You know, one of my first quadcopters was made by an RC car company. Luis, bro, what are you doing? I need to be sending you $5. I appreciate you. It'd be cool if there was a way that you could tip the hosts, right? Maybe I should split this tips with him. We get him fully set up, and I need to like split him or add it to his credit on the store. Whatever you want. Or I'll pay you in beer. Or, you know, the Oregon stuff. So you guys got anything cool coming up this week? Anybody doing anything fun? Any trips? Coming home from the holidays? The weather's terrible. So I don't know how much any of us are going to be doing, really. And yeah, we got to have Bruce on the channel. We got to have the grumpy old man on the channel. Let's get him on here. Bruce, if you're watching, we all love you, bro. There's no bad vibes for you anywhere. I've watched countless hours of your videos. Countless. One of the smartest dudes I know, besides Luis. Job that pays with quads. Barry, thank you for the super chat, bro. Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate that. Like, even if you tip just like $2 during the live stream, at the end of the month, that adds up for me in my like monthly. So I really appreciate any dollar amount, honestly. Oh, a couple jobs, cool. Carolina, hopefully the weather's getting better there. I noticed out on the coast where my family lives, I think it's almost 50 degrees now. 2 days ago it was like in the 20s. I was worried about I still have a house out there. I was worried that my pipes are gonna freeze. My house is really old. Spent many years remodeling that place. It's an Airbnb now. I need to send you guys a link. If you want to stay at the Drone Camp's house, Cape Hatteras, hit me up for the link. I'll send you a link to my house. You guys can go stay there. It's been in my family for 100 years, this house. It's a Sears and Roebuck Craftsman 1937 house. I spent 10 years remodeling it. When I first got it, it had holes in the floors. You could see the ground. It had no heat and air. I had window units for a long time until I could get a Home Depot loan and put a unit in there. Yeah, I'll send you the link, bro. If anybody wants a link, email me, dronecamps@gmail.com, and I'll fire back the link to you. Beaufort, North Carolina, cool. Some good people in North Carolina. Good people everywhere. I spent 10 years in Georgia too. Some nice folks in Georgia. I always wanted land in Georgia. I just want like 20 acres. In the middle of nowhere. My own lake, forest. So I won't be able to like go out there and like shoot a gun in the woods. I'm part redneck. Or as the old timers say, you know, pee off my back porch. My dad would pee off my front porch. I was like, Dad, bro, what are you doing? Mom drives by, they're divorced. She's like, see your dad out there peeing off the front deck? Jesus Christ. What's he doing? God. He thinks he's out in the middle of nowhere. Right there in the middle of town. 3 p.m. in the afternoon. We're not hicks out there on the islands. They have a phrase for that. We kind of made this up. Doombillies, right? We're not hillbillies, we're doombillies. But I'll tell you, some good flying out there, and I started out flying gliders on the sand dunes in North Carolina, and we're doing slip soaring. You have a lot of updraft on the dunes, and you can just go back and forth. All you had to have was a battery that powers a couple servos. You could even fly like well, you could do a single servo in the center of the wing for the ailerons, do one on the tail for the elevator. So you could do 2-channel sailplane. We had this little tiny nickel metal battery just to run the servos. Man, you could stay up there forever. You could fly for an hour as long as you didn't crash. And I started with the 8-foot glider. I crashed in the sand dunes, broke the wing in half. But Jockey's Ridge was right up the way. People hang gliding. It's where the Wright brothers flew. So that's why I got super into flight. Wright Brothers Memorial up in Kill Devil Hills. That's where we used to go all the time. Took a school field trip there. Saw the first airplane. Was obsessed with aviation ever since. Like foundations in aviation. I love it. I don't remember if I cried, Luis. I think I said, "Oh shit," something along those lines. But after that, I got a little nitro-powered plane, and I was obsessed with engines after that. The ones you like crank with your finger, try not to cut your finger off. And a little tiny gas tank on it like this. I was obsessed with it. I thought it was so cool. You like use this little crank in the fuel. It was awesome. Got fuel everywhere, all over my fingers. When you fly it, you'll have like, instead of a black smoke exhaust, you'll have like slime go all over the wing. So you had to clean it off with like a paper towel and some Windex. Dog's barking at somebody. Man, my dad sent me that glider too. He's one of the reasons I fly RC now. But he wasn't around, and another guy helped me learn how to fly. It was like 25 or so. That was super fun. I was hooked ever since, man. But I was flying little balsa airplanes and stuff before that, like out in the yard. I go to the hardware store and they had them. I remember they had them on this little display, and they usually had 3 or 4 different ones. And I'll buy a handful of each one. And I break the shit out of them. I remember I used to make designs on them with markers and try to make a tri-wing version. I would like glue them together and create new ones out of the parts. Man, it was fun. I had fun growing up. We were talking about that on the last live stream. We were cutting up, doing everything, starting fires. Don't play with matches. Hey bro, take it easy, Spiv. This dog's pissed off at somebody. Take care, bro. I'll get up with you soon. So I'm gonna have a busy week coming up, guys. Lots of work to do, lots of testing, flying. I'm gonna be kind of dodging raindrops this week, like most of you guys around the country. But drop a like on this video and subscribe for sure. I appreciate the tips as always. Any last questions, any tech questions, we'll try to answer it. We'll try to make sure that the chat plays back once this records. And so if your question doesn't get answered today, it can be later. Or you can email me at dronecamps@gmail.com. And I'll try to get back to you usually within 24 hours or 48. Yeah, it's just one beer. Half beer. This is my hangover cure. I didn't wake up with a hangover today, though. I didn't drink too much last night. I wish the dog would stop barking, though. I don't know what his problem is. Her problem. It's tripping. Man, 2023 is coming up. Come on. You guys ready for that? Mrs. Jerome Camp's mom. Her mom was a model, actually. You guys. In California. Her mom was a model and an actress. She was gorgeous. Gorgeous. She's still gorgeous. Bloody Mary, I'm with you, William. I don't even like Bloody Marys that much, but like a day after, it just seems like revitalizes all the blood in your body with that tomato juice. It's like sustenance, vitamins, and it takes the edge off. That's what it's all about. Take the edge off. Yeah, the Bob 5.7. I'd like to review that one, but with iFlight, if you're still here in the chat, good thing you're still here hanging out. Even if you're just letting this play, it's kind of like a podcast format, Joe Rogan style. We're all men here, pretty much. I should be smoking a cigar. But I do have some iFlight news. I was talking to iFlight, and they said we are definitely getting a Defender 25. So when they released this the other day, I was kind of concerned. I'm like, what the hell are they doing? Like, why did they release a promo video? And I didn't even know. I didn't even know that was coming. They didn't talk to me about it. They didn't let me know. I didn't see any prototype pictures, anything. So I got no news about it. And if anybody did get any news about the Defender 25, I'd be surprised. Johnny, smoke what you got, bro. But yeah, dudes, like, I didn't know anything about it. Hit me from left field. I'm like, this is a big release too. They were being quiet about that one. They didn't tell anybody. So my first thought was, well, are we going to get one of those, right? And they messaged me and said we're going to get one, so that's good. And they did say that they're going to send it to me mid-January. So I hope that to God they don't just drop a drop date and a time. I hate that, because that's kind of like it's annoying when the companies do a release date. I hate it, because there's like everybody and their dog does it all at the same time. I would rather do it a week later. Like, I'll wait sometimes. I'm not gonna. It's like an info race. I hate that. And there's some guys out there on YouTube, won't name names, but because I never do. But everyone races to be first about everything, and I hate that shit. Like, I want to fly it and know what this thing's gonna do before I just bind it up and fly in the backyard real quick and get my review out first. So I hope they don't do a release date. I don't see why they would, because they already have it up for pre-order on their website. So you go back to the last live stream, you'll see my link there. Use that if you're going to pre-order. I appreciate that. But you know, those days are still here. Still doing that. Unless you guys are talking about something else. So Ryan in the chat's asking about tech questions. Does the butter hack to the Root V2 goggles work on a Mac? The Mac is the bane of your existence. Mine too. I'd like to get some more range. So my answer to that, Ryan, is I have not tried it. So, but I also figured out this past week there's a new way to get up the OSD a lot quicker and have Betaflight OSD on your DJI modules, the O3, the Air, and the Caddx in the link. And I'm going to show you that in a video coming up. It's going to be a short video. I'm going to make it short and sweet, but you're going to be able to get your OSD up on your DJI quads. It's literally going to take about 2 seconds and your OSD is going to be working. So I have a quick fix for OSD. I saw a live stream from Bardwell and Blunty a few days ago, and they were talking about a custom Betaflight OSD, but it was from some developer in France, and it was all in French. And no offense to Blunty and them, they're just giving you the news like I'm doing here, letting you know what's out there. But this is the easier way. You don't have to hack anything. You just have to do a couple settings and bam, Betaflight OSD, without all the headaches, updates, firmwares, external software. Do it all right inside Betaflight. So that's coming on the channel. That's super nice. It's a good idea sometimes to wait on the quad. Yeah, Luis, I'm having some drinks today. I didn't wake up till 11 today. In my 40s, that's late for me. My kids are not here at the house today. It was fairly quiet. Mrs. Camps woke me up at 11, sitting next to me on the bed, and she's so sweet. I opened my eyes. I'm a lucky guy, and there she is sitting next to me, looking at me, smiling, with a cup of coffee in her hand, with my special cup, milk in it. And that was how I started today. Slept late, woke up to an angel with a cup of coffee. And then I was catching up with all your comments on the channel, and she comes back like 20 minutes later with brunch, eggs, cinnamon rolls that her and the kids made, and some tangerine on there, already peeled and everything on the plate. That's Mrs. Camps. She's nice. Very good to me. Like, she's the kind of woman that celebrates you, so to speak, which every man loves. You know, she lets you be a man. She celebrates that. I love that. Got the big rolls, tons of sugar, filled with sugar. The kids made them, so I think they dumped more sugar in there. Between that and my coffee, I was popping by 1 o'clock. But she's good to me. Y'all should see what she gave me for Christmas. I should show you this. People always say to like be a little more personal on YouTube. I'll show you this, guys, sometime. She gave me this photo album of the first day we met, or the first trip we took, first photos, all the way up to now. And the thing is like this thick. We've been together for about 2 years. Man, it's cool. Made me cry. Christmas morning, tears in my eyes. I love this girl. That's awesome, Luis. 6 years. Man. Love is good when you got the right one. and they're just your speed. That's what it's all about. Like, she can put up with your shit, you can put up with hers. Both of us are very similar in our the lengths we go to show appreciation, and you know, sometimes we could be edgy. Happens. Get short. Get irritated. Everybody gets irritated sometimes. She's jumped me before. I just kind of sit there dazed when somebody jumps me. I'm like, and it's best not to say much. You shouldn't say a lot, right? We are two peas in a pod, William. For sure. She's awesome. But we got to get her flying. You know what I mean? We got to get her flying. She's either going to break a bunch of stuff, or she's going to be really good. And she'll be like the next hot FPV girl. Like, you don't even have to be hot to be an FPV girl and get like 16K on your Instagram. You just have to be a girl. Like, look at me, I got like 3K on my Instagram, but I don't ever post. I don't see Instagram being that big of a reach, but whatever. It can be if you put time into anything. $37 years, Johnny? Damn, bro. That's what's up. That's awesome. Met in 87. Damn. That's killer. Congratulations. That's awesome. Let her. I just let her say her part. Let her say her part. She says I was interrupting her this morning, so I shut up. She said I was an interrupter. It's good though. They need to tell you what you're doing. If you're being stupid, they need to tell you. It's the ones that don't tell you, they start to resent you. And that's what causes a breakup. When they don't tell you. But I know when to shut up. Gotta be careful with the girls. Louise. Yeah. I bet she does. She walks in there and checks you out. What the hell are you doing? Speaking of shop, I need to clean mine up. Y'all can't see what's below me, but I'm about up to my knees in boxes. It all looks pretty back here. But, you know, down there, some junk down there. Tomorrow's cleanup day. So that's the thing about a YouTube channel. If you're solo, I'm not a big company, one-man band. I gotta do the build, the buying, the setup, the driving, the flying, the dumping of the footage, the editing, the music, the voiceover, God, everything. And I also got to take out the trash. I'm constantly breaking down boxes and recycling. Especially now that we got electric bikes coming. Like the world's thickest, biggest, giantest box came. My daughter climbed inside it this week, and she drew a mural inside the box. That's how big this box is. And I didn't know it until I was breaking it down. I opened up the box, and there was like a family of kitty cats inside this box. It must have been dark in there too. She had every single kitty cat was colored different colors, and so I cut it out and saved a little mural she did. She's a complete artist. She's amazing. 7 years old. Yeah, you gotta listen to the women. You were just told her, yeah, oh, bro. be careful. I think my biggest fear is a man. I mean, and when it comes right down to it, guys, we're just men. That's all we are. I'm just a man. But I do have a lot to offer in a family situation. I do more than just drone camps. I build stuff. I build playground stuff for the kids, build a swing set. If you can build a drone, you can build anything. So I can use power tools, and I try to do all the guy stuff that I can to support them. I build them a staircase indoors. So I'm always building stuff to try to help out and do my part. Things that they can't do. But what I need to do right now is go cook them all dinner. I do most of the cooking. That's another thing we should do on the channel for fun. I should do some drone camps. Maybe just do a playlist with some recipes. Because, bros, I got some green beans and some mashed potato recipe that I do. You guys will love it. Simple ingredients, but it tastes the best. If you use just plain stuff from the produce aisle, not that box crap, frozen stuff, you can do it cheaper, and it tastes like 1,000,000 times better. I'm telling you. I could start a whole nother YouTube channel for food, but I just don't have time. I have to keep all the Justin Davis stuff right here. I barely have enough time for this, but I have to make it. You do all the cooking, Luis? That's cool. That's awesome. But my green beans, my son was eating them yesterday like candy. He was just like, he ate all of his green beans, cooked him a steak dinner for Christmas dinner, mashed potatoes, and I cook really traditional, but also I do some like fusion stuff that's like up there. Like, I've done some Michelin star recipes as well. I get crazy. I travel with my my chef knife. Wherever I go, I take my chef knife. Duck flambe, all kinds of stuff. He ate 2 helpings of those green beans. I said, "You want some more, son?" He just looked at me and said. So I took them off my plate, put them on his plate. Oh, William, now you're talking my language right there. The chef at the Brown Place, the Brown Palace. Damn, that's legit. You know, if I could quit this, like I saw on a billboard somewhere I was driving recently, and it was like this little, old school, almost like a diner family restaurant. They had a sign out front that said cook needed. And I thought I should go over there and lie to them and just tell them that I've had experience before, I want a job, and just see how I can handle like a couple days of cooking in that place. I'd probably never want to cook again. That's a problem with restaurants. People always tell me to start a restaurant. I'll post like pictures on Facebook of what I'm making, pizzas from scratch, pasta, you know, ribs, whatever. People are like, man, you should start a restaurant. You should start actually a bistro. I'm like, I am not starting a restaurant. When I was a kid, my grandfather had a restaurant, and my mom always worked in restaurants, and I am not starting a restaurant. That shit is hardcore. I'm not a restaurant person. Not unless someone else was the manager, and I could just make these little dishes and not be doing the entire dining room full of dishes. You need to have some sous chefs in the house. Just tell people what to do. You fucking put that over there and you do this. And what are you doing? Not doing anything. Get to work. I try not to be mean though. Roy Choi is one of my favorite chefs, and I'm told that Roy Choi is nice to his employees. I would try to be a nice head chef if I was a chef. Yeah, you start out with a dishwasher. I used to wash dishes. chef was throwing like raw scallops at me while I was washing dishes. But the chef was my cousin. He's still a damn good chef. Hit me in the head with a raw scallop. That's what happens in a restaurant. Behind closed doors. You guys have stories, I'm sure. "13 years. That's a long time. Your family's Italian, that's what's up." I grew up in real Italian pizza. We had a guy on the island that moved there from Sicily, so I grew up eating real Italian pizza. Never looked at like Domino's or Papa John's the same way. Total shit. All right, Luis, we'll keep digging into it. Technically, we'll get this right. Luis is my blunty, you guys. Luis is Luis, and he has a lot to share with you guys. So, you know, when you're first doing your first live streams, it takes you a while to kind of get into the groove, and him and I as partners, also, it'll take us some time to get together and get our banter right. But we're working on that for you guys. So I hate to be a one-man band, but I do what I can to get you guys the info. You got called every name in the book. Restaurants hard, man. I used to leave restaurants crying when I was a kid, man. It used to mess me up. We go home to my mom. "I can't do this. It's so mean to me, Mom. What? They're gonna fire me. I can't even wash the dishes." I don't know how many times restaurants made me cry. Hardcore, man. I mean, they were back in the 80s at least. Probably still mean. Cuss you out. Food is hardcore. Yeah, y'all stay out of trouble. But that's the FPV news for today, guys. Man, we have some cool stuff coming up. All the stuff. And I've been nursing that beer for a while. Northwest IPA. So Carolina, I'm gonna ship your stuff out, bro. I'm gonna try to get it tomorrow. If I don't get it tomorrow, it'll be the next day. But it's free, so don't send me any hate mail. I also have a patch antenna that is from VAS. That's going to be sent out this week too. I didn't send it out yet because I was looking for more parts. I don't know if my bro's in the live stream right now, but that will be sent out too. I'm just going to go ahead and send it out because I couldn't find what I was looking for this guy. And I also need to find a part for a Nazgul 5. But again, that comes with the clean and shop thing. I got a whole wall of stuff I gotta move, and I think it's behind all that crap, so. Just one sidewall plate I'm missing for the V5, or for the Nazgul 5. But this is fun tonight. Very laid back, super mellow, but some good stuff, bros. I can't wait to fly this one. This is gonna be fun. And with that said, guys, all the fun stuff on the channel tonight. Hope you guys had a good Christmas. Yeah, not too much drama from your uncle. Your crazy uncle. And the next live stream we do, we'll have Luis back on. No, wait a minute, I don't have my Haitian anymore. I might have one somewhere, like in pieces. Those things caught on fire with me. I don't know what the problem was with that one. You don't want my burnt one. But we could do a scratch and dent sale coming up too. I've got some stuff that's kind of half needing some time that I don't have. So we could do a cheap price on some bargain bin stuff. So we'll do a bargain bin sale. FPV bargain bin. Crash and dent. Crazy uncle didn't come. That's good. No weirdness in the room. But I gotta cut out of here. It's 5:30. Mrs. Camps is waiting on me to cook dinner. She may have cooked dinner already because the kids are here. But I'm gonna cut out so I don't get in too much trouble. But I appreciate you guys, and yeah, I appreciate Lewis joining up with us this afternoon. We'll have to work on the lag problem. Maybe that's something to do with Streamlabs. But I appreciate all you guys. Appreciate the tips today. And I also have this seems to be working now. Last time I did this, it stayed at 0 the whole time. So now it shows that we got $39 worth of tips, so appreciate that. Helps me pay the bills, guys. I appreciate you. So more news coming up, and I'm gonna go start a fire for the family. But I appreciate you. We'll see you on the next one. Stay tuned for the next review. Go to the community page on the YouTube channel and post a comment on any of the posts, and let me know which quad from tonight you'd like to see reviewed next. Or maybe I'll set up a poll tonight from all the stuff we looked at, and I'll let you guys decide what I review next. That'd be cool. But I appreciate you guys. Again, peace out. Merry Christmas. And I will definitely see you before 2023.